Vince McMahon has no shortage of success in the wrestling industry. For over 4 decades, he turned WWE from a local regional promotion in the northeastern United States to a global entertainment empire. Nobody has come close in WWE or the wrestling world to what he has achieved as a promoter and producer, and he's been ruthless along the way to get there. You certainly can't be a conventional human being and also achieve this level of success. So over time, McMahon has also garnered a reputation for being a bit eccentric, crazy, loony, just out there as an on-screen character and sometimes as an off-screen one too. Here are some odd facts about Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, that you might not know. Did you know that Vince McMahon reportedly does not have a preference for tag team wrestling? This is one of those things that has started as a rumor but eventually got confirmed by many people like tag team greats in Charlie Haas, Arn Anderson, and Freddie Prinze Jr. even went on the record about it. What all their stories pointed to was one reason. Vince McMahon views tag team wrestling as an added expense. He told Freddie Prinze Jr., "I gotta pay 4 guys for one effing match." WWE Hall of Famer Arn Anderson said in the late 1990s that the growing number of factions and the dying trend of managers made McMahon believe that there were too many unnecessary expenses, and he included tag team wrestling into that mentality. Ever wondered why Rey Mysterio Jr. became Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero Jr. became just Chavo Guerrero? They're one of many examples of the reason that Mr. McMahon reportedly does not like being referred to as Junior. Before he bought his father out and took over the WWE, he was always referred to as Junior by Vince McMahon Sr., Vincent J. McMahon. Because his son goes by the name Vincent Kennedy McMahon, he technically isn't a junior, and he does not like that reference at all. There was one big exception, interestingly enough, with Ted DiBiase Jr., the only one who got to keep his name until it was suddenly removed later on. Bruce Pritchard, Jim Cornette, and Dave Meltzer are among the people who confirm that the reason behind these superstars not having Junior attached to their names is because Vince McMahon simply just doesn't want it there. Do you know what Vince McMahon doesn't like more than being called Junior? Sneezing. That's right, the most important man in professional wrestling does not like snot flying out of someone's nose in his presence. Do you know any human beings on this planet who can control when they're gonna sneeze? Well, doesn't really matter to Vince McMahon, and apparently he is not fond of it. According to his daughter and fellow WWE veteran Stephanie McMahon, he hates sneezing because it's involuntary and he cannot control it. He hates sneezing. It's anyone, but especially when it's him. He doesn't like when he himself sneezes. There are other daily activities that every person with red blood in their veins has to do that McMahon doesn't like, and one of them apparently is sleeping. Yeah. According to McMahon himself, he gets an average of 4 hours of sleep, and if he isn't working, he's working out in the gym. He said that he doesn't like missing out on things. And Stephanie McMahon once again revealed that after he finishes work, usually at 11 p.m., he immediately hits the gym, clanging and banging at midnight. It shouldn't surprise anybody that McMahon got on the cover of the Muscle and Fitness magazine in 2015. Even superstars in incredible shape with workout regimes like Big E, Kurt Angle, Triple H, Sheamus, they've all described McMahon as a beast for his ability to grind in the gym at his age. McMahon is also known to be a beast when it comes to having scuffles, real-life scuffles, I say, with his own employees. Between the 90s and the 2000s, the chairman of WWE got into some noticeable altercations, ranging from serious to just goofy. The most serious reported instance came in 1992 when Nails, yes, the convict superstar who broke out of prison into the WWE, had a heated confrontation with McMahon backstage over his pay. After McMahon disagreed that he was underpaying Nails, he ended up getting choked for real before they were separated. Nails was obviously fired, and his wrestling career really never recovered. The most controversial night in the history of professional wrestling, the Montreal Screwjob at Survivor Series, saw Bret Hart legitimately punch McMahon backstage and give him a visible black eye. Although varying accounts have stated that Gerald Briscoe convinced McMahon that he had to let Bret take the first shot, the Hitman denied this, and he said the following: "I don't remember Vince saying anything like that to me in my dressing room, that he's going to let me take one shot at him." There was no one-shot offer. I took my own shot. I doubt that's the case. He never saw it coming. There's also the infamous plane ride from hell story where Kurt Angle had a competitive wrestling bout with Vince McMahon on the plane. And The Undertaker choked the Olympic gold medalists out of thinking they were having a real altercation. No one interfered when McMahon took a verbal shot at Kofi Kingston during WrestleMania 26's weekend, leading the two to grapple a little bit playfully, thankfully in an instance that McMahon just walked away laughing. McMahon may have his quirks, but one undeniable thing that you can't help is respect him in his policy of not making superstars do anything he isn't willing to do himself. A recent example of this comes from WrestleMania 36, when a then 74-year-old McMahon showed NFL superstar Rob Gronkowski how to execute a back bump from a 10-foot high platform. The WWE 24 documentary showed McMahon reassuring the Super Bowl champion Gronkowski, who immediately did the bump himself safely after McMahon did it first. McMahon went to even greater heights all the way back at WrestleMania 12. Shawn Michaels had that infamous zipline entrance over the thousands in attendance. Well, McMahon did it first. Yeah, just to show him it was safe. Safe wasn't the best word to describe the situation that Vince McMahon found himself in 1982 when he took over the WWE. Although there were handshake agreements to protect the territorial promotions that ran in various different regions across the United States and North America, he dreamt of a national, global expansion, one brand to rule them all. And doing that meant a strategy of ruthlessly taking over and crushing the territorial system for the most part by getting the best talent from each territory. Promoters didn't take kindly to this, and Stephanie McMahon told Fortune magazine that her father had mobsters and gangsters threatening his life. He told me the story of being in the room, like the old hotel, the dark wood-paneled walls, and the big oversized man with a very unattractive face. He was like, he was threatening my dad's life. This is directly from Stephanie herself. She said he stood up for himself and his dream, and the rest, as they say, is history. What are some of the odd Vince McMahon facts you think we missed? Let us know in the comments section below.